the $400 iPhone SE 2 is finally out and about after weeks of speculations. Well, Apple actually only calls it the new iPhone SE, not 2 or anything like that. We could call it the second generation iPhone SE. Actually, there was a time when there were speculations about it being called iPhone 9 for some reason. I don't know. And since I'm rambling on and on and on about the name, let's just cue the intro. Hey there people, how you doing? So, Apple just announced their new iPhone SE. And I'm gonna stick with iPhone SE 2 for now, but yeah. There was no live stream or announcement of any sort. They just updated their website along with a new commercial. And the design has changed, but then also not changed as compared to the original iPhone SE. Well, frankly, it's in the iPhone 8 exterior. That's end of story actually. If you know how the iPhone 8 looks, it's the exact replica with new specs. That's actually the most important part. We have the latest and greatest and probably one of the most powerful processors in the world. The Apple A13 Bionic is the processor inside the iPhone SE. Hell, this just might be the most powerful $400 phone that we have ever had. The screen now comes in at 4.7 inches as opposed to the 4-inch that we had earlier, and the rest of it is the obvious glass on both sides, aluminum frame, the typical things. And oh boy, this thing has ginormous bezels. I mean, it looks like a 2011 phone, to say the least. Man, those bezels are big. But for $400, I'm not going to complain on it too much. Anyone who has experience with the previous designs of Apple, with the iPhone 6, 7 and even 8, you'll feel right at home with this. And there's an added bonus. We will be having IP67 water and dust resistance certification for the iPhone SE 2. The display in this one has a much more generic 16:9 aspect ratio with a 750p display. Yeah, it's very low res, and well, typically I am not at all a fan of displays with such low resolutions, but it's okay I guess for the size and for the price. It is also an LCD panel, no OLED or anything of that sort. A 1400:1 contrast ratio instead of the 1,000,000:1 we get for OLEDs. And then there's the other stuff, True Tone, then we have P3 color gamut, HDR, Dolby Vision, all of those good stuff. I'll just put it up on your screen so you can see for yourself. So although the display was kind of underwhelming, it's the processor where Apple really hit the home run. We, as I stated before, have the A13 Bionic, the most powerful processor on the planet in a $400 phone. I mean, there's really nothing to complain about this processor. It is the fastest we have right now in a smartphone. And if you're someone who requires a really fast, well, basically the fastest processor in a budget phone, close your eyes, I'll just shut my mouth and you can buy the iPhone SE 2, no regrets. We also have 3 storage options, starting from 64 going up to 256 gigabytes, and I think it's the 128 gig variant that really strikes a perfect balance. Then for the cameras, I think we have the perfect competitor for the Pixel 3a. I say so because the 12 megapixel shooter on this one has basically all the flagship features from the iPhone 11 Pro. It's because most of the camera software is typically the same. You're gonna get all the crazy features like Smart HDR. That thing's just awesome. Then there's 4K 30 with enhanced HDR, and we also have slow-mo with 1080p 240 and portrait mode as well. Single lens portrait mode in this one, similar to the iPhone XR from I think 2 years ago, and it's only for people. No pets here, unfortunately. The 7 megapixel selfie shooter is not as big a sensor as we have on the iPhone 11 and 11 Pro, but yeah, it gets the job done. This one also has Smart HDR, 1080p 30 recording, no 4K here. And I think altogether, if you look at the package, it's freakishly good. I mean, for a $400 phone to have the flagship features, at least most of the flagship features in the camera, it's amazing, to say the least. There's also the good old Touch ID. Yes, it's back, not dead yet. We also have fast charging up to 18 watts, But then there's a classic Apple move. No fast charger in the box. A 5-watt brick is provided, and well, it's kind of pointless, but it is what it is. But thankfully, we also have wireless charging. That's impressive to me, at least. I use wireless charging, and I can tell you, to have such a feature in a $400 phone is rare, to say the least. So all in all, I mean, I have to say, yes, there are compromises. I mean, a $400 phone cannot be as good as a $1,000 phone. It just can't. But I still think that it might just be way more worth than its price for some people. Not for me, because I really require a good display, and well, the iPhone SE does not have the best one out there. But yeah, you get my point. For someone who really needs the flagship features like the A13 Bionic, a superbly awesome camera, at least I hope so, and they need it in a cheap budget iPhone, this is like the perfect device for them. So I think that this one is a definitive winner for Apple. And well, it is 2020, the time and year of weirdness, because we now have iPhones launching at prices way less than OnePlus's best offerings. I mean, whoa. So that's it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, do hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and stay home, stay safe. I will be seeing you guys later. Cheers.